Woodshop. So this week's video I was going to show you how to repair the crack that I had made on the Log Chalice. I prepared an entire video, I shot the whole thing, and something happened with my SD card on my camera and it lost everything. So I don't have a video for you, unfortunately. So I decided I'm going to make something short and sweet just to kind of show you what I did and the process I went through to get to where I'm at now, and then I'll finish it up here because I was pretty close to the end of the project when my camera crapped out. So let me show you this. You all remember the Log Chalice from the last video, and this here product here, Milliput. This is what I actually used this time to fix the crack. The epoxy was too thin for such a wide crack, and it couldn't actually work. But if you look at the Milliput, it's a two-part. It's an epoxy putty. You cut two equal portions of it, and you mix it together like dough. And once it's all incorporated, you can work with it like clay, and it will harden. So, but once it hardens, it's easy to sand, it's easy to paint, it's easy to work with once it's already hardened. Acts kind of like the wood. So I've actually gotten to that point already with the chalice. There was the crack, and that's the Milliput there in the crack. I filled it in. Did some sanding on it, got it good and smooth. Went through all my grits of sandpaper, and when my thumb running across it, I can't tell where the wood ends and the Milliput begins. It's that smooth. So it filled in real nicely. Even one here on the bottom. So now I've got this big ugly smudge in the middle of my wood chalice here. In ancient days, if someone had a nice piece of pottery and it broke, they would use precious metals like gold or silver to repair them and fill in the cracks and whatnot, and it added an extra beauty feature to the originally beautiful piece. So we're going to kind of mimic that today in the next step. So let's move over to the workbench and I will show you what I'm talking about. Well, if you look... This is a clip from the last video I did showing you with the large crack in the chalice, where we're going to fill it in with the Milliput, and that is part of the footage that I had lost in the beginning of this video. So at least you get to see what the crack looks like before I filled it in, and then now you'll be able to look at what it looks like after I'm done filling it in. Work on these cracks and add them as more of like a feature to the wood rather than being a defect. Okay, we are back over here at the workbench. As far as precious metal goes, I think silver would look the best on such a project. And I've got this silver paint marker. Bought it at the Hobby Lobby. And we're going to give this a try and see how it looks. I've actually not worked with the silver paint putties before. Ooh, can't even get the lid off of it. But you got to push the tip down to get the paint flowing, and once the paint flows, then you can basically draw with it. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of cover up all of the putty with this silver. Now I do have gold as well, but I wasn't sure how the gold was going to look. figured like a silvery, pewtery thing might look best. And we're just going to kind of fill in. Just the Milliput. That looks pretty good. I kind of like that little silver accent. And then we'll do this. Okay, so I don't appear to have any spray-on polyurethane, but I got this lacquer, and that'll give it a nice finish too, so we're going to use that. Just got to make sure we shake it up real good. And we're going to give it a nice coat of lacquer. Now I like the spray-on lacquer. It dries real quick. You can do as many coats as you want, get it as glossy as you like. It doesn't streak. It's actually a really nice product. And I like the poly as well, the polyurethane. I use them both on the regular. Okay. We'll let that dry. We're going to give it a couple more coats, and then I'll show you the finished product.
And the Log Chalice is completed, and I will use it to drink the blood of my enemies.
And that's all I've got today for Bart's Woodshop. And I think it came out pretty good. I like the way the silver contrasts with the rest of it. It's got a nice little shine from the lacquer I put on it. And that's it. Sorry it's such a short video this week. You know, technical difficulties, they happen. But next week, we're going to actually make something new. And I hope you join us. Hit that like button if you like it. And don't forget to subscribe so you know when I put up some new content. We'll see you in a week.